Hello, everyone. It is another gorgeous, hot day out there. I'm pretty comfy in here. Uh, oh yeah. So I had to go and edit the number on my last video. It wasn't 10, it was 9. Um, so there it is. It's Saturday. Oh, so had the most delicious dinner last night that my daughter made. Tilapia in breaded tilapia, and again has to be gluten free. So she used some of the rice flour that I made, and it was absolutely delicious and crunchy. Uh, was amazing. So we per se had our homemade fish and chips. It was great. I loved it. Anyway, so otherwise we didn't do a whole lot yesterday, or I didn't. It was just too hot. It's too hot. You know, play around in the house, playing with the little one. Both of my little ones, both my youngest and younger granddaughter, yes. Um, just another day in paradise. Okay. Don't have much else to say. I can't think of anything else I need to talk about now. Probably because in 10 actually, it's government. Yeah. And, alright. I don't know. Must be a difficult job. So, we are in the book of Ecclesiasticus 10, government. A sagacious ruler educates his people, and he makes his subjects understand order. Okay. As the magistrate is, so will his officials be. As the governor is, so will be the inhabitants of his city. An undisciplined king will be the ruin of his people. A city owes its prosperity to the intelligence of its leading men. Okay, well, there's a little more. Then I'll have 2 lines to say. No, 1. The government of the earth is in the hands of the Lord. He sets the right leader over it at the right time. Human success is in the hands of the Lord. He invests the scribe with honor. So again, I'm not sure what God has to do with any of this, though he is. The government of the earth is in the hands of the Lord. He sets the right leader over it at the right time. Says who? I started reading this and I thought, okay, well, I don't feel the need to have someone. A sagacious ruler educates his people in what exactly? What type of education do I need from someone who wants to lord over other people? First of all, what do I need that for? Right? I know why we have a government, or in the ideal, why is there a government? There are some things, yes, that when a lot of people suddenly are together, I guess there have to be some guidelines, but we already have those. The 10 Commandments. And who gave us those? Who put the 10 Commandments in place? So why do I have to have all these other rules? If I follow all the 10 Commandments, I can live with, myself, with another person together, in a family, in a tribe, and surely with the rest of the people. It don't matter how many people I got around me. If everybody follows that, what the heck do you need someone to lord over you? To make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do. I'm just asking. Yes? So, I think at that time, and again, just because I have read through the rest of all this here already, I think we all know why they had kings, why they had governments, and why they, right? The need was there to push the people, not guide them, into a certain direction of how they need to be educated or ruled over. I'm just saying. Right? So, the one sentence I wanted to say after just that part is teamwork makes the dream work. Even though we have a president in this country, he isn't any better than I am. He's not doing any more than I do. Just saying. Yes? Anyway, what if there suddenly wasn't a government anymore and all these extra bylaws that go with the Ten Commandments, which again, I think a lot of the rules we have out there with this or that is to actually counteract the Ten Commandments. Yes? Yeah. Just saying. So anyway, nice try. Yeah, except for I don't feel like I need a ruler over me. I don't. I've got the ultimate guidance, and that's my heavenly parent. Done. Yes? And I have to say, due to the fact that people are so confused about how to behave, how to use their conscience, that's always there, trying to do the right thing. Yes? Have a heart to mind. What do I need? I already got it all. I don't need to have someone tell me what to do. And I believe, due to the original self, our original self, the original mind, our original state of every person, everyone knows what's right and wrong. And only when we start to listen to other people out there who think, what's this say here? Oh. Let's see. What's it say here? A sagacious ruler educates his people. Only when that starts to happen, people become confused in what is right and wrong. Yes? Yeah. All right. Just saying. All right. Let's get going. So it is. It is what it is. Something does come to my mind. But let's go. Let's get going. We have quite a bit to read today. Against pride. Do not resent your neighbor's every offense, and never act in a fit of passion. Pride is hateful to God and humanity, and injustice is abhorrent to both. Really? As far as I know, pride can also be a good thing. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. Pride can also mean that you're steadfast. Yes? Proud of your accomplishments. Proud of sticking with true parents, for example. Regardless. And not be so two-tongued about it. Yes? Okay, I'm just saying. Is that pride? Oh, so one can't. Some people would have something to say to that. And, oh, so your pride won't allow you to admit that there are problems now. No. Not at all. But that doesn't mean, even though, going, okay, personally, I don't see any problems with True Mother. I think that True Mother is probably the only honest one in all this kit and caboodle out there. She's never forgotten where her path is going to lead her, and for what reason, all for the rest of us. She isn't a sagacious ruler who's just educating her people to believe whatever. She is the prime example out there on how you keep moving on, forward, according to God's will and ideal. And that is that. Well, some people don't like that. I have the kind of pride where I can say, you are not going to see me going against God's will and ideal. That path of restoration our Heavenly Parent has worked for thousands of years now. And yet, just as at Jesus' time, who is trying to just throw all these bricks and rocks and who knows what, guns in everybody's ways, to derail them? I just jump over them and go, well, okay, you guys deal with that. Hopefully you'll catch up. One can always pray for people, yes? So again, I don't see on how it is said in here, right? It kind of irks me again. In the way of, so you're telling me that I have to stay humble, which I am too, if it's required. Yes, not always right. But, again, to me, this is more, again, for the control. Right? So someone out there, a long time ago, said, if you have pride, your pride will be your downfall. You can't be proudful. That's not a good idea. Yes? And of course everybody else listens, and then suddenly that becomes a sin. All right. Pride in a false place, yes, but that's for me to decide. Again, I know full well when my pride is misplaced. But it doesn't explain here exactly. Which pride are we talking about here? Huh? Okay, just saying. All right, let's get going. Pride is hateful to God and humanity. Says who? And injustice is abhorrent to both. Okay? Yeah, like that has stopped anyone. Right? Yes? Pull God into it. God can't hate. Our Heavenly Parent doesn't hate. It doesn't work that way. It just doesn't. Sovereignty passes from nation to nation because of injustice, arrogance, and money. Oh, well. Well, that was said pretty well. There you go. When I said before, I don't need no ruler over me. I don't need that. I need someone that's willing to work together with me as I'm willing to work together with them. Yes? Yeah. For the right reasons. What has dust and ashes to pride itself on? Even in life, its entrails are repellent. A long illness makes a fool of the doctor. A king today is a corpse tomorrow. For in death, the portion of all alike will be insects, wild animals, and worms. Oh, wow, okay. Well, I have to give it to Ecclesiasticus. So, against pride means what? Don't elevate yourself above others. Okay, I can go with that. Yes? Okay. Don't think you're so chosen out there to be better than others. That your station in life and what you were born into makes you it. Even if at one point you were selected, right, for a certain job. Well, then you failed. Or you weren't there anymore. Oops. Well, guess what? Oh. And in the end, we're all going to end up the same. Yes? Floating in the wind as ashes, because people like to do that now. Or you'll be food to the insects, wild animals, and worms. Well, no, wait a minute. That's not true anymore. Might have been true at that time. Well, wait a minute. But the Egyptians already knew how to embalm as well. Embalm people, right? Yes? Okay. Oh, so there too. That's not necessarily true. Oh, that was only for the pharaohs. Oh, right. Ew. That's why I don't want to be embalmed. I don't want to be in a coffin that I don't know, doesn't disintegrate or this or that or precious metals or who knows what. That's so ridiculous to me, you know? I mean, can you imagine all the garbage in the ground when it comes to that? People, how people want to be buried? I'm just saying, come on. And then oh, gross. You know, what if somebody dicks you up? They're going, ooh, well, still kind of looks like, but ooh. No, I want to be buried. Just best would be don't use a coffin at all. Wrap me up in a cotton. Oh, it'd be kind of nice, right? Instead of just having dirt thrown in a nice white cotton linen sheet, and put me in the ground. Yeah, or burn me. I told my kids, I said, do whatever you want. Just make it as easy as possible. You know, I mean, dear Lord, it's just going to be a shell. And after that, as I said, for the insects, wild animals, and worms. You know, it's not like I'm going to be there still. I'm probably not going to be all that happy if. Okay, all right. When it comes to all this, and people truly believe in spirit world and our heavenly parent, God, money too, the Creator, the Almighty, our Lord, yes, then why not follow one simple thing here that keeps coming up? It just came up: ashes to ashes and dust to dust. Right? Already. Why are people following that? Why do you have to be buried in all this pomp? And I don't know what. You know, as I say, traditions and cultures, you know, where people were buried with all this stuff of theirs. But yeah, again, if it's a biodegradable and it disintegrates kind of with the body together, you know. But why bury gold and all that jazz with someone? It's like, okay, well, okay, gold also comes from the ground in a way, right? So it's just going back into the ground, even though it's been kind of purposed for something, you know, like a bowl or a spoon or a carafe or whatever. But otherwise, I mean, I'm not getting it. What's wrong with people? You know, what makes you think you can take any of that with you? You know, even if, well, that was tradition. Because what for? What for? Well, for archaeological purposes, for example, when they dig up people like that, which, why are you digging people up? Why don't you just leave them? Yeah, supposedly, whatever they had with them, especially in Europe. In Europe, that was a big thing, you know. Unearthed graves of people, you know, from long ago, different parts of Europe, and you could tell how rich they were, how well off they were, according to what was buried with them. Woody woo hoo hoo. Yes. Just say. I don't know, but people I'll pay attention to when it comes to all that jazz. I can't. I just don't. Anyway, I could go right on. That just got me going. For in death the portion of all alike will be insects, wild animals, and worms, or the wind who carries you to wherever. Okay, the first stage of pride is to desert the Lord, and to turn one's heart away from one's Maker. Okay, I can't disagree with that if it's that type of pride, though I don't know what that has. Okay, I'm not getting it. Since the first stage of pride is sin. What did I say earlier? Okay. Whoever clings to it will pour forth filth. This is why the Lord inflicts unexpected punishments on such people, utterly destroying them. Really? I have never seen God do that. Ever, ever, ever. And to depict our Heavenly Parent, God, like this, the Creator, makes him sound like some people who get so upset and enraged that they start throwing things around themselves, yes, and destroy their own creations. That's God. God will do that. God will, yeah, we're all God's creations, right? His children, his sons and daughters, at different stages in our upbringing when it comes to that. And people seriously want to tell me that they believe this, that God will punish you and destroy you. Whoever clings to it will pour forth filth. This is why the Lord inflicts unexpected punishments on such people, utterly destroying them. You really believe that? You really want to believe that of the one? That's how you want to believe in God. That's what you want to believe of God. Really? Wow. Okay then. You got me there. The Lord has turned mighty princes off their thrones and seated the humble there instead. I have never seen God pull anybody from their thrones. It usually was who? Their own family members. Kings were pulled off by their own sons and their wives. Yeah. There's another one. There's that. Or their brothers. Or high and mighty generals. I've never seen God pull anyone. Oh, but that's God working through. I don't think so. The Lord has plucked up the proud by the roots and planted the lowly in their place. Never seen that happening either. The Lord has overthrown the lands of the nations. Again, the Lord has plucked up the... Okay, you know what? I'm not going there. The Lord has overthrown the lands of the nations and destroyed them to the very foundations of the earth. God has never done anything like that. It was always men who decided, for whatever reason, to fight each other. Okay, not going there. God has nothing to do with that. Sometimes he has taken them away and destroyed them. Sometimes. Not every time, though. Okay. And blotted out their memory from the earth. Pride was not created for human beings, nor furious rage for those born of woman. Okay, I don't know what that... okay. Maybe pride at that time meant something different. I don't know. Persons deserving honor. Okay. What race? Oh, what race deserves honor? The human race. Okay. That's odd in here. What race deserves... Why not just... I mean, obviously, race... I don't know. Did they already know about race? They talked about nations. Different nations. The people from different nations. Race? Oh, interesting. All right. What race deserves honor? Those who fear the Lord. What race deserves contempt? The human race. What race deserves contempt? Those who break the law. A leader is honored by his brothers, and those who fear the Lord are honored by him. Okay, so we just read this. It's oddly written, but what did he say here first in government? A sagacious ruler educates his people, and he makes his subjects understand order. But here it says, what race deserves contempt? Those who break the law. But okay, are you guys getting this as I'm getting it? We're getting two sides of the coin here again. That forked tongue, double talk. It's just double talk. I came across a good comment with someone, and I read the comment again, and then I read it again, and then I thought about it. I said, I can't comment on that. The person who wrote that comment is so skillful in double talking or talking with a forked tongue that I couldn't respond back to it. I have to let it go. Because it doesn't matter how I will respond to it. There will be something either missing or I'm suddenly agreeing with something that I don't agree with. As I said, I reread and reread the comment, and I had to say, I can't. This person is so skillful on how they just wrote this down that regardless on how I try to come back, try to respond to it, I will fail in my attempt. That's how skillful that person was. And on how they've worded it, being able to go both directions at the same time. For it and against it. I had to give it to that person. It's too bad that one has to recognize that I could be proud enough. Okay, that would be false pride. And go in and say, I'm going to get you. I'm not going to do that. I know when I have been defeated, not according to my belief, but in a way that I still have to learn way more in order to be able to express myself properly and without fail to someone like that. Yes? Yeah. So sometimes, as I said, when that happens to people, we want to go in. Right? He's not wrong. Don't give in to passion, even if you are right. Sometimes we do have to step back, even when when we are right. When we full well know we're going in the right direction, we have to step back and let that pass. Yes? To not be pulled into it, into something that, as I said, I recognized that was very difficult to get out of. That person's too skilled when it comes to manipulating others. Yes. Right. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Where are we here? A leader is honored by his brothers, and those who fear the Lord are honored by him. The rich, the noble, the poor, let them pride themselves on fearing the Lord. It is not right to despise one who is poor but intelligent. Oh. That's a good one. And it is not good to honor one who is a sinner. Magnate, magistrate, potentate, all are to be honored. Why? But none is greater than the one who fears the Lord. Oh, why do I have to honor a magnate, a magistrate, or a potentate? Why do I have to honor a king? Why do I have to honor someone just because of the station they have in life or the job they have? Why? Oh, because they earned their place. Some of them have. I think that the ones that have earned their place through education and all, say in the government or other places where they have leadership rules and roles and all that, we would have already seen a lot of changes when it comes to on how society, mankind, the human race behaves amongst each other, takes care of each other all around the world, not just in your own little backyard. Yes? If every father, going from the subject object according to the divine principle teaching, if every father out there, once you have become a father, let's back up. If every husband out there, once you have become a husband, then a father would take his role as such serious. The world would look different out there for everyone, wouldn't it? Yes? I'm just saying. I used the highest, right? Just a man as the subject, lording over everybody else. as an example. So, with position, with education, with comes what? Integrity. And, in my opinion, pride. Pride of what you can become as a man growing up as a boy. Yes? Using that again, men as an example, because, okay. So, but here, Ecclesiasticus tells the people that's what, that in a way to honor, this is how you do it. And then, of course, the ones that fear the Lord are even being more honored. I don't know. So what? In a family, if you have children, one of them is super obedient, this and that, okay? That one's worth more, to be honored more than the prodigal son. How do parents decide on that? And we have the story of the prodigal son, right? Yes, a parent doesn't decide. You just hope as a parent that their children isn't going to make a fool out of themselves. And if they do for a while, you hope that they come back to their senses. And oftentimes the ones then, it is still true, who do their best to be obedient, this and that, just get overlooked. Because the ones that create all the trouble out there and this and that, right, always have the spotlight. So be it. Right? Yes. Anywho. It sounds like it was then that way, and it is still like that. And basically, the ones who want to be disobedient and do whatever, oh, I gotta finish up. Oh, I gotta finish up. Oh no. Okay. A wise slave will have free men waiting on him, and the enlightened will not complain. Frankness and humility. Do not try to be smart when you do your work. Do not put on airs when you are in difficulties. Better the hardworking who has plenty of everything than the pretentious at a loss for a meal. My child, be modest in your self-esteem and value yourself at your proper worth. Who can justify one who inflicts injuries on himself or respect one who is full of self-contempt? The poor is honored for wit and the rich for wealth. Honored in poverty, how much the more in wealth. Dishonored in wealth, how much the more in poverty. May Heavenly Parent bless and protect you, guide you, embrace you with love. My dearest brother Eldridge, I love you. Let's keep praying. And I will talk to you all another time. And I made it. Sorry, had to cut it short.